All right. So, can you tell me whose point of view is the story being told by or from?
Well, in my view, I kind of tried to establish Daisy as somewhat of a narrator, someone who watches over the characters in the story as she tells us their stories through her words, the lyrics of the song.
I don't really have a main character.
So
it's more like there's a narrator who's telling a story of various different people. It's more like a universal story. You know, I'm just trying to, through the film, not really trying to tell somewhat like a single person story. It's more just like the idea of it'll never be.
So, are you able to kind of relate personally to kind of the character in this film?
Kind of. I think everyone can. I think everyone, sometime in their life, has pined for something or someone, and they couldn't have it.
Almost like you have this kind of image of going out with someone and you kind of like them, but so it's like you're imagining like, oh, it'd be so fun if we were together, but deep down like it's never gonna happen, and it's almost, this song's almost like talking yourself out of it, saying like, okay, don't get your hopes up, and don't get your heart broken, pretty much.
So, walk me through your film in under 3 minutes and just tell me sort of some of your favorite choices and how they make meaning for you and what they mean and why you chose them, that kind of thing.
So throughout my video, I use lots of fast cuts.
And then a lot of it, because I'm very music oriented, is that a lot of the clips change when the chords change, and a lot of the clips have to do with the lyrics in the song. So obviously here it's like, oh, you don't love me, or talking about her eyes, stuff like that.
So I wanted to get Clyde and Brooklyn to be the main protagonists in the story, because we not only had the most shots of them, but because there was a lot of tension that you could see built between them.
And then it fades out Clyde's face, and it just shows her. And then over here I was putting Clyde's face back in, but then Brooklyn's face gets fade out, which sort of means that they're sort of on different pages.
And then I start introducing the different letters, and I slowly, throughout the first 30, 45 seconds of the song, I start kind of throwing in these little letters that keep popping up everywhere.
And then have the other people come in as side relationships to try and up the ante and really show what it looks like when you're losing someone. And I feel like with Clyde and Brooklyn, they really showed that well.
Well, this one is definitely my number one right here. This part where we're laughing, because it wasn't supposed to be in there, because it was actually like a mistake. It was us laughing at something, and it was supposed to be a really serious shot, but I used it to make it seem like we're happy, we're being pals, we're buddying around. And then, so I really liked it because I used it for its unintended purpose.
And then the last clip over here for the ending shot is where he decides to go back and sort of cross out that heart that he made.
And then my favorite clip is this one, where I'm just still the narrator, and then you get the note. And I think it's a really cool clip because the way I finish it is the music just stops right here, but it's silent. And then done.
And so then, what is the character's resolve at the end? What is he left with?
That's a tough one.
Sort of like acceptance, maybe a little bit of anger. Yeah.
Because your last shot is him walking away, so what does that tell in the story?
I guess that he's over her, maybe. Maybe he's just, that's how he copes with things. He copes with rejection.
Is it like a literal metaphor, like he's walking away from the relationship?
I guess so, because he went for her, she didn't like him, so he's like, fine, you didn't like me, I'm done. Which I guess is kind of a drastic way to put it, but that's what he did.
I think it is that this whole entire time she's like, it'll never be, oh my goodness, and then actually it could be. You know? Like maybe I almost think it kind of lightens the mood a little bit. I think the whole entire song's sad and kind of like depressing, and I just wanted to finish with a little hope, I guess you could say.
So your video doesn't have a happy ending?
No, it doesn't.
I know it's kind of hard to say.
Well, maybe.
Careless dreams around me, they always fall too hard. These twisted mind game and rolls of the dice. So why do I play if it only breaks my heart that it's true? I'll never be with you. 'Cause baby, you're my autumn time, my bittersweet lullaby. With you everything makes sense, even though we've just met. Like sun in the winter and autumn leaves forever. It'll never be. When heavy rain clears this haze, I know you'll never feel the same. And I'm falling faster than the autumn leaves. Wrote you this song to make myself believe that will never be. 'Cause baby, you're my autumn time, my bittersweet lullaby. With you everything makes sense, even though we've just met. Like sun in the winter and autumn leaves forever. It'll never be.